All right, once again, welcome back to Morning Express, of course, where we ensure that you're up to date with what is making the headlines. And so far, we've given you an update on every story that we know it's important to all of your viewers. And this morning, I'd like us to have a press review with none other than Joe Halende. I got it right. And of course, he's a lawyer, and we will be looking through the newspapers, perusing through the newspapers just to know what has been making the headlines. Of course, matters politics continue to dominate the topic in Kenya. And Joe, let's begin with the Standard newspaper. And I'd like us to look at the first page, that is page 1, and that is the leading story, why men are shocked. I mean, men will be shocked, especially men with children out of wedlock. And the court says that should a man die and you have a child out of wedlock, the child automatically has the right to your property. And you won't have that option of, that they had before of whether I need to accept the child or not, but you'll have the responsibility of accepting this child. What does it really mean for men, especially for those who have children, out of wedlock?
What it means is that if you have a child, that's your child. There is no way you are going to escape it, and the law guarantees that. If you look at our constitution and our laws, even the Children's Act stipulates that any decision that is going to be taken by courts or any government agency, it must be on the best interest of the child, and there is no way a child can be left alone to survive on this world. Yes. Okay,
but many people have argued that some women would take advantage. What the young generation call them, the baby mamas. Like you get a child with someone's husband, and so many people are saying that women will take advantage of this, because even the ruling says that children born out of wedlock have an automatic right to the father's name. Yet some men don't even want these children to have their own name.
Yes, in most cases we tend to look at the negatives, but you can find, not specifically for this law, but very many laws, people tend to look at the negatives of the law. But I would like to urge people to look at the brighter side of this law, because we want to maintain a clean society. We want to maintain a society that is responsible, that teaches people to be responsible. There's no way you can say a child with a woman, then you leave her alone to carry the responsibility. You must take care of that child.
Okay. Yeah. But the other good thing about this of this ruling by, Kakamega High Court Judge Jesse Njagi, it is that, when a woman gives birth, the father of the child has the right to say whether this child can be given out for adoption. It also gives the man, the right to also decide, whether or not it's upon the man to decide whether to own up a child or not. Yes. So it also has the positive side for the men.
Yeah.
But are we looking at a situation whereby men are going to contest this ruling in court?
Yes, they are going to contest. Definitely, they are going to contest. This decision is going back there. And what I would like us to look at, the way I've said, the brighter side of this law, and we wait for the further appeal about this decision that will come up from the higher courts. Yes.
Okay, then also both parents have equal responsibility to raise their children, because initially women would go to court to say the father of the child has neglected the child. I need this a certain amount of upkeep. But now, Judge Jesse Njagi says both of you have the responsibility of actually raising this child. That should also be a plus for the men.
Yes, it's a plus. And it's also, if at times, let me not be very rigid on this issue, but you find in other instances where people tend to take advantage of having a child with certain people in the society, where they use it to mint money from people, or they are going to use it to blackmail you into it. But the best thing is that we must, as a society, we must teach our young generation to take care of their children and to take care of the responsibility that they have at hand.
Now, the bone of contention, what I'm seeing here, will be now that part of the ruling that says children born out of wedlock also have an automatic claim to their father's estate upon death. Automatic. There is no debate. Outside wedlock, there is no debate. You automatically have a right to your father's property.
This has been there, but not necessarily automatic, so long as you can go to court and contest and convince
but now
the court
Judge Jason Njagi says it will be automatic.
So it's automatic until you prove
that this child.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm sure most of you are wondering, we can't actually discuss the whole of this ruling by Kakamega High Court Judge Jason Njagi. So if you want to get more of this story that has been done by our reporter, that is Kamau Mudhomi of the Standard newspaper, get a hold of the Standard newspaper and go straight to page 3, where you'll get the entire ruling that was given out by Kakamega High Court Judge, that is